Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JD Property Show with Young Jae Koo
and Darren.
Today we're in the Northern Beaches suburb of Manly, and this is one of the most famous beaches in all of Australia, and you can see why. So Darren, what are we going to show people of Manly today?
我们今天在澳洲非常著名的曼利海滩。曼利呢被澳洲人称为是最受欢迎的海滩之一。那么今天呢，我们会从曼利出发，经过这里上到悉尼的上北岸 Northern Beaches， 为大家介绍这一个区域，这个 pocket 里面几个非常漂亮的区域，非常漂亮的一个海岸。那我们今天就开始了。
Let's go check it out. Manly Beach was actually the first beach to have a surfing world title, which is all the way back in the 60s. You know, that's the reason at the moment Manly attracts over 7 million visitors a year, because people are so attracted to this beachside lifestyle, that surf culture, the foundation of the surfing world title. You can understand why people want to come and see this place.
7 million people per year, that's a lot. You know, in China, we usually don't take ferries on a daily basis to work. And here is very different.
Yeah, it's very normal. You know, in Manly, you either get to the city by bus, which is probably going to take you probably half an hour to 40 minutes some days, or you can jump on a ferry, as you see to the left here. 15 to 20 minutes later, you've arrived in Circular Quay in the middle of the CBD, and you get to see the beautiful Sydney Harbour on a daily basis. So very, very unique. Some people obviously want to be close to train lines, but you know, with Manly, you catch a ferry.
Jack, we've had a few episodes, so I never had one you can sit down and so relax, enjoy the views and the waters here.
Yeah, Manly's a suburb that has everything you could want in that beachside lifestyle. You've got one of the most famous beaches in the world, the harbour side here. If you look at the water, it's literally pristine, quiet. You can understand why this is such a suburb that does attract that younger demographic. You look to the right over here and you've got Hugo's, which is one of the most famous restaurants in the suburb. What's not to love? You've got beautiful seagulls around.
Yes, that's the lifestyle here.
For a lot of people, they know what Bondi Beach is, and Manly is the Northern Beaches version of Bondi Beach. So behind us we have Manly Beach, the beachside pocket, and where we're walking to now is actually the harbourside pocket. So it's a suburb that has harbourside frontage and a beachside frontage. This is a place that in summer is literally hustle and bustle. It's the Bondi of the Northern Beaches, so this is where everyone comes. All the restaurants are here, all the cafes are here. It's more of a younger demographic here. There's a lot of young singles and a lot of young professionals who like to live here. You've got a median house price sitting just under $3 million.
Okay, nice.
There's a few key streets in Manly. My three personal favourites would be Darley, Cliff Street, which is over here to my right, and then the street we're walking on now I think trumps them all, and that's Bower Street. You know, as you can see, there's only houses on the left hand side here. They face directly north, and you've got views on a good day up to Palm Beach, and we're talking properties here in excess of sort of $15 million. So incredible homes. And then behind us we've got the renowned, really private beach by the name of Shelley Beach. So I think this street by far trumps it, and you've got some of the most exclusive people living on these streets.
For 15 million, why wouldn't you buy elsewhere?
This suburb, it's for people who want that coastal beach lifestyle. You know, you can see how quiet it is now. It feels like we're so far from Sydney, but like we said, you're 15 minutes on the ferry and you're in the CBD. So for some people, this is the lifestyle they require.
Yeah. People say that living Manly, like your work is just minutes away from the city, but your worries is far
millions,
away.
Exactly, yeah, millions of miles away. Exactly right. So what's your finance tip this week?
Yeah, this week will be like everyone is talking about rate reductions, and the bank is looking to relax on their responsible lending, do some loan health checks to see whether you can save a bit of monies, and then doing some restructures and getting your finance, the plans in the right position.
Right, so it sounds like with all of these rate reductions going around, it's about seeing where your best options are and maximising that.
Correct, yes. Especially under this economic environment. $400,000 loan might save you about $800 a month.
My buyer tip this week is, I guess, in parallel with what you're saying. Start of the year, there was a lot of people making predictions on if you should buy, if you should not buy, is the market going to drop, is it not going to drop?
Yeah.
There was some statistics released very recently to say that if you look at somewhere like the eastern suburbs or the northern beaches, on a 12-month rolling period, they're actually up in double-digit growth, which is probably contrarian to what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
So I always say to people, it's not about when the right time to buy is for the whole marketplace. It's about when you've got the finance available, when you've got the buffers in place, that's the right time to buy for you.
I like the saying that you mentioned last time, saying that you're not only finance ready, you have to be emotionally ready to get into the market.
Exactly right, and that's what a lot of people don't do. They have the finance sitting there, and then it takes people 12 or 18 months to go and find the perfect property because they weren't actually ready to buy.
Yeah, that's very true.